Okay, here we go. You ready?
So nervous. Yes.
Welcome back to Craftversations, my monthly talking and crafting show, where this month my guest is the voice of an angel, the very handsome model, the dearest friend, Christopher Higgins!
Hello.
Welcome to Craftversations. I'm honestly surprised it's been this long. I should have had you on a very long time ago. I'm sorry.
I've been on a different coast.
It's
all right.
true. Also today you might notice we have a brand new table. Whoa! Things have changed. We actually have more room to craft, which I'm excited about. You probably know Chris from his beautiful background photos and videos that he took on Poe Party, or from being Jay and Barry in one of our Poe Party prologues, or from being a frequent person featured on my Twitter and Instagram. And many other wonderful things.
Oh.
Yay! Thanks for being here, Chris.
Thanks for having me. This is the best.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you. I apologize, or you're welcome, because we are doing a very simple craft today, and that's that we are coloring.
You're welcome. I love coloring.
I've been looking forward to this for a while, because we've got a pretty good collection of coloring books. Mm-hmm. You've got a bunch to choose from. Edgar Allan Poe, Disney princesses, or Lord of the Rings movie trilogy, or Star Wars.
Wow.
And we have colored pencils and glitter pins that I just got on Amazon because I was really excited about that. So the options are many and plentiful for coloring. What would you like to start with, Chris?
Lord of the Rings is too much pressure.
Look how... It's very intricate.
I think I'll start with something simpler.
Sean has a look on his face of like, why? Edgar Allan Poe, I think, is very... we've got some nice poems in here as well. It's a little more abstract. Mm-hmm. So that's nice. And obviously, Disney princesses.
Disney princesses. Oh gosh, I don't know. What do you want? You choose.
No, you are the guest. You
I kind of want to do
first.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, do it. I kind of want to do Disney princess. Okay, Chris, do you want colored pencils or glitter pens?
Colored pencils I'm going to work with.
I'm into glitter pens, though, so it's perfect. So, Christopher.
Mary Kate.
You and I have known each other for many years now.
Yes.
We first met at USC.
We did.
Back in the day.
But what about the circumstances?
What were the circumstances? Actually, remind me.
It was a lingerie party.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
We were both real good kids, so we had on multiple layers of lingerie.
I would never go to a party half naked.
And by lingerie, I mean... I had like underwear and then boxers and then a shirt, like a hoodie, and sneakers.
I had like a little nightie, I think, but I wore it with like boots and like a cool jacket, and I made it like a cool outfit.
Yeah,
I think
that was one of my first college parties.
Oh yeah?
Yep. I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I just recall you coming up to me.
Probably.
And being like, "Hey, I heard you like Cate Blanchett."
Your reputation preceded you.
I don't know where you would have heard that, but it's true.
I knew about you somehow, so I was a year ahead of Chris in school, and so it was my sophomore year, your freshman year, and I don't know how, but I feel like people were like, there's this adorable freshman boy that you're going to love.
To be fair,
and
I was very skinny.
Yeah!
And I had long, swoopy hair.
Which was... I'm a fan of that look. Have always been. Will always be. And anyway, so I sought you out, and I think I bought you at a date auction, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you couldn't be there, so you had someone bid on your behalf.
Yeah.
to win me.
And
she did.
You took me out to a really nice dinner at the like fancy restaurant.
The fancy restaurant on campus. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for paying for my meal plan. Which I then used.
The fancy restaurant on campus that took the meal plans. And the rest was history. And we've talked about Cate Blanchett ever since.
Mm-hmm.
You currently live in New York.
I do,
and have for the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your life and what you're doing there.
Yeah, so I'm originally from New York State, really, really far north on the border of Canada. I'd been out in LA for a really long time, and I'd always wanted to work bi-coastally as an actor and as a singer. And I'd put in a good amount of time in LA, and I needed a change of pace, and I wanted to start working on the East Coast as well. So about 2 years ago, moved to New York, and I've just been sort of doing much of the same there as I was in LA, auditioning quite a bit. I work with a band called the Metropolitan Players, and I sing with them. Since moving there, I have worked on a few workshops of new plays from new and emerging playwrights, a couple new musicals with the master's program of musical theater writing at NYU, which is really amazing because these people are just insanely talented and truly like the next generation of big Broadway composers. So that's been amazing. And also just getting to know the city, because I grew up so far away from the city that it's not something I ever got to explore very well when I was young.
Do you like living in the city?
I love living in the city.
That's great.
Yeah, it has a really different feel than LA.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, LA is, in general, pretty like spread out, laid back, always sunny and beautiful, and the pace is different. In New York, the weather's always crazy and the trains are crazy, and the second you step out, you're
So you're making it sound like LA's way better.
It just depends on what energy you need at what part of your life. And right now I need that like crazy kick my butt energy. But I do love LA.
Yeah.
And I miss my friends.
Yeah, you should come back.
In LA.
Well, you do come back, and the reason you are out here right now is to help us out on The Gilded Lily. As most of you know, we had Chris do all of our BTS for Poe Party, and gosh, it was just so good, and we love having those beautiful photos and videos so much that we just had to bring you back to do it again.
Thank you. It's my favorite thing to be on set with Shipwrecked.
Well, we also just like having you around because you have a very wonderful, calming yet positive energy, and we just like having you on our sets. So
love being on your sets.
Yeah, we hope to continue to have you on all of our sets in the future. I know that's not like your main gig, taking photos, but
oh no, but I love it.
Can you talk to us a bit about just as doing that photography and documenting stuff?
It sort of started with you.
Yeah.
There was like a few years back in LA, like I was working at a restaurant, I was working at a clothing store, and I was giving all this time and energy to jobs that weren't in the field that I wanted to be in. And one day I got in touch with Mary Kate, and I was like, I am so artistically frustrated. Can we just take some pictures? And I remember I sent her this message. I was like, I've never really done this. These could be awful. Yeah. And I was like, if they're awful, at least we just hung out and like had fun. And of course, MK was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. And she came over to my apartment and we took these weird, crazy...
Which ones were those?
Those like...
Oh, when you gave me like white eyelashes?
Yeah. And I had you, we were wearing like a Galadriel cape.
Yeah. Chris always does the most high fashion-y alien shoots with me.
And that's how it started. And the pictures weren't terrible.
No, not at all. You're a very gifted photographer.
To be fair, I really, this is bad to admit, I don't really understand the technical side of it very well. And that's something I do need to put some time in and work on. Because I think that, of course, that can only help with sort of wanting to fulfill whatever vision I might have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so
You clearly have
wonderful.
an eye for it,
Thank
because your photos are just so beautiful.
Oh.
I think having them for Poe Party has been such a boon to us for just marketing and just making the show look great. And I don't know, they're so nice to have. And this will be interesting on Gilded Lily because the film will be in black and white. But the photos might not be. I mean, we always have the option to make them that way, but we have some really beautiful costumes for Gilded Lily that it's a shame that you might not see them in color, so I'm kind of looking forward to your photos so you can get a taste of what they look like in color.
They'll also get to see how many things don't match.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter because it'll be in black and white.
There is some of that as well, because we realize, like, oh no, we're going to give Sinead green gloves and a red suit. It doesn't matter.
Good.
So we're just really excited to have ya.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I obviously usually have LA folk on here. Do you want to speak a little to sort of the New York musical theater scene? Because I know that's something that you have pursued to some level. I'm sure there are plenty of viewers who are interested in pursuing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't really know much about it because that is not the direction I chose to go in life. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my experience has been, oh gosh, I don't want to say charmed, but not necessarily the norm, only because I moved to New York with agency representation. And so I was really lucky that when I moved there, I was given audition appointments from my agency. And so I was going in for Broadway and off-Broadway shows for a specific character with the material for that character. So for me, that was really nice. It was a lot of difficult prep work to go in because a lot of these works are new to the world, so the material's not out in the world, so you got to plunk it out on a piano, and you're somewhat creating a character when you walk in the door. You don't have a point of reference. So that's mainly been my experience, which has been really nice. And I'm not a dancer, so I'm not the right candidate for the big old, like cattle calls, because it would just be a huge waste of their time and mine to see me struggling along with my 2 left feet in that audition room.
So
that cuts out a certain amount of musical theater auditions for me as well, because that's just not sort of my niche. But I have a lot of friends who either don't have agency representation, or they are great dancers, or they're far more gung-ho about like seeking stuff out than I am. And I know it's a really exhausting schedule in general in New York for musical theater auditions. A lot of them are open calls, and a lot of them you get there at 6 a.m. and you sign up, but your audition might not be till noon, so then you go work half of a day job, or you run around and do your errands, and you come back for the audition, and it's crazy. But one thing I've noticed about New York is that at the auditions, you're generally going straight in front of the casting director who is casting the project, instead of a casting assistant first or something, which I noticed was a lot more frequent in LA, is that you would need a round or two before you got seen by the actual casting director of the project. So that's been a really nice difference between the two cities. Yeah, in general, I've talked with you a little bit about this before, but I think overall I'm more interested in going the route of film. As much as I love musical theater and I get cast in it frequently, which is really, a blessing, but I love film so much, and I've always loved it. And
do you find that there is enough film work out there?
There's a lot in New York, and actually that's something I'm so new to. I don't have film representation in New York, so right now it's a lot of self-submission and seeking stuff out, but that is essentially number one priority in terms of acting to do in New York is to get an agent, because there is so much filming there. Jessica Jones is filming on the street I live on right now.
Crazy.
Veep films up the street. There's always some sort of like CSI or Law and Order filming around the corner, and that's everywhere you go. There are always these massive film sets set up all around New York. It's great, and I think New York City has really proud to have films made there, and I think overall they try and make it possible for productions of all scales to work there, and they love stamping their Made in New York seal on it, their subway ads about what's been filming there, what's been released there. So it's really a great city for film work.
Yeah.
Not as great as LA.
I mean, yeah. Yes, that's
but there's
true.
A lot there, which is good.
But LA is having a lot of problems with productions moving elsewhere because
it's so expensive. There aren't
to
a lot of
shoot here.
tax breaks here, are there?
No.
I don't think there are a ton in New York either, to be fair.
Probably not. That's usually happening in other states.
Yep.
That it's like
or in
Louisiana
Toronto.
Totally. Or Vancouver. So many productions are elsewhere, which is a shame. And I really hope that LA does more. I think they're trying. But they need to do more.
It would be smart too, because
keep all the productions from leaving, because it's really hard for actors when that is the case, because when productions are shooting in Canada, they're usually casting actors out of Canada.
They are, exactly.
So when all of the work leaves, there's not a lot left for us here in LA, which is a shame. But anyway,
I was visiting a friend in Toronto, and I was pretty amazed by how much TV and film is cast out of Toronto, and not just cast in general, but like cast exclusively. There's a show on, I don't know the network, maybe the CW or Freeform or something called Rain, about Mary Queen of Scots, and I think that casts exclusively out of Toronto, and most of the actors are Canadian, and I had no idea. I thought it was
especially for like
American or English or something.
Smaller roles. Like guest stars and co-stars
which are
on episodes.
So valuable to
actors just to work and get work. You know, they're not going to fly somebody out from LA.
Nope.
They might cast the main roles out of LA or New York or anywhere, but the rest of it is going to be there. So anyway,
those are the kind of roles
I hope LA
I need.
Gets me as well. LA gets its acts together a little bit. As you might know, we like to play a little game here on Craftversations.
Yes.
And that game is called Hanky Panky Marry or Kindly Push Aside. And considering...
Hanky Panky Marry or Kindly Push Aside.
Yeah.
Done.
Considering your feelings about a certain actress...
Yep.
Thought it might be fun to give you some of her different roles.
Oh, okay. That's such a good idea.
To hanky panky, marry, or kindly push aside.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, so this is going to be hard to pick. All right, so I'm going to give you Galadriel, obviously. Obviously, our fave.
Oh my gosh, the moment she walked down the stairs in Fellowship, as I was in the theater, I was like, this is the most beautiful woman
She is the most
I've
beautiful
ever seen
woman
in my life
on the planet. I love her. So I'm going to give you Galadriel.
I'm glad I only have to kindly push aside someone, otherwise this would be
That's true.
hard.
I don't know. Who else should I do? There's so many. Well, you saw her in Streetcar.
I did, in New York, on stage.
So I'm going to give you Blanche DuBois.
Okay.
Since you saw that. I want to give you her new Thor character, but that hasn't come out yet.
Oh.
But she looks so amazing. Also, she's evil, so
You
that would
can
kind of...
give me that one if you want, because I know where I'd place her.
Whoa, you do? All right, fine. There you go.
All
Those
right.
three.
So, I will very kindly and respectfully push aside Blanche DuBois.
Yeah.
Because she cray.
Because she cray.
Oh my. I mean, incredible performance, but she would be a handful and a half. And actually, really luckily for the world, her character in Blue Jasmine is in the same vein.
Totally.
So you get a taste of what she was like on stage as Blanche if you watch
How
Blue
many
Jasmine.
times have you seen her on stage?
I saw her in Hedda Gabler.
Oh.
I saw her in Streetcar Named Desire. I saw her in The Maids. And I saw her in The Present.
I'm so jealous.
Which was her Broadway debut. 4! Is that 4?
Yeah.
Wow!
I'm so jealous. She's going to be in All About Eve in England next year.
We have to go.
We're genuinely talking about
I was
it.
looking up flights to London. Because it's a year in advance, tickets are like under $200 one way. Who do we know in London we can stay with?
Anybody?
Yeah.
I wish. Okay, so great.
So
you're pushing Blanche aside.
I'm pushing aside. Hanky Panky would have to be Thor.
Yeah.
Like, that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Probably somewhat terrifying.
Somewhat terrifying.
But also fun.
But so are the best things in life. You know? And then marry Galadriel.
Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised
Would be
by that.
the most glorious, sometimes a little creepy wife, but
But then you can
also
be
the
Celeborn,
sweetest.
too.
I'd be
Yeah.
Celeborn.
Sometimes we walk around like this to be them, so.
That's it.
Pretty cool.
Oh, that was really good.
Well
that was
done, Chris. Your lady's looking so lovely.
Taking my time
You're
though. I
so
need to.
artistic.
I need to hurry up here.
Take your time. You're so artistic. I just love it. And you really are. You've got so many talents. It's stupid.
Kate.
Stupid how talented you are.
Stupid how talented you are.
Stop it.
No, never.
Stop. Okay, give me 3 Kates.
3 Kates. All right. I'll give you Elizabeth.
Ah! Okay.
I'll give you Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I'm feeling.
And I'll give you... Wow, I'm just going down her Academy Award list. I will give you Katharine Hepburn.
Yes! Ooh. This is tough.
This is a tough one.
I'm gonna kindly push aside Bob Dylan.
I would too.
Sorry. Although she's great, and
She is
it's
great.
amazing that she played Bob Dylan in that movie. I think it's so freaking cool. I'm gonna hanky panky Elizabeth because she wanted to be an unmarried queen. And I respect that.
Yo, that's so good of you.
Yeah, and she's way better.
I am married to England.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we can just hanky panky.
Hanky panky.
And also, Elizabeth is like terrifying and amazing, and I'm sort of also scared of her.
Oh yeah.
And I guess I'll marry Katharine Hepburn
Oh.
so that some of her great movie star talent can rub off on me.
You've got all you need.
And we can share wardrobe because she's got
Mm-hmm.
great wardrobe.
I like that.
There you go.
Good job.
Thanks so much.
Good choices.
Oh yeah, I should mention that you're the original Craftversations cameraman.
I was for the first 2.
Yeah,
episodes?
3, because I had Sean on
Yeah.
3rd because I knew that you were leaving, and then Sean would inherit the role.
Yeah.
Basically,
That's
right.
right.
Also, Chris did all of my fashion videos back when I did fashion videos. We did 12 of those together, and
Yeah.
that was always really fun. Chris has always been the
I didn't
person.
know what I was doing, but they was very fun.
It was great, and you edited them too, and it was great. Chris has always been the person that I go, oh, I need a camera. Can you help? And you've
Yes,
been
I
kind enough to
can.
say yes. So that's nice. We've made many a thing together. We've made many a thing, and some things have never even seen the light of
That's
day.
right. We have so many pictures.
We sure do.
Some videos that will certainly never see the light of day.
Chris is also, he's the best singer on the planet. Sorry, Beyonce.
Beyonce!
Chris is the best. Also, he comes up with the best improv characters in life.
Usually based on a musical cue.
Yeah, usually. Or just weird life things. There's so much potential for your YouTube channel, Christopher.
Oh,
just saying.
thank you.
We've had so many fun people come out of Chris's brain.
So many strange people. And I'm probably weirdest when I'm around you.
Yeah,
To be
we
fair.
do bring out the weird in each other.
Yeah.
That is faux show. But you're so funny and silly and great
Oh,
in every way.
I like being goofy. There are
Yeah.
too many sad things in life.
Yeah.
I have like a tendency toward melancholy sometimes, so.
I think everybody
You
does,
know.
especially as one gets older.
It's
I
true.
find it becomes more difficult to be positive on the whole.
Can be, you're right.
Yeah, but it's good to have people that you can be silly
Yeah, it's essential.
with. Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Thanks to Paul Komoroski for making this video possible by being one of my very generous, very wonderful patrons. Thank you, Paul. You are the best.